Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be spending some time on the Rohde & Schwarz ENV4200. We'll start the video by going over a little bit about the Listen, then we'll move on to the connections on the front and the back, and then finally we'll walk through what accessories we include with the rental of the Listen. The ENV4200 is a 50 microhenry 4-line V-network Listen, allowing for testing up to 690 volts AC or DC, as well as up to 200 amps. It has a built-in 10 dB attenuator, transient limiter, and allows for remote control functionality with the compatible Rohde & Schwarz receivers. This Listen is an ideal solution for measurements in accordance with CISPR, EN, VDE, ANSI, as well as FCC Part 15. We'll be using the datasheet and user manual as references for today's video. If you're interested in additional information, I'll put a link in the description below, and that'll take you to our website where you can download the associated documentation. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the front of the ENV4200. Here you'll find the front of the ENV4200. Let's go ahead now and let's start from the upper left hand corner and let's work our way right. In the upper left hand corner we have the fan LED, which will trigger depending on the temperature of the Listen. Working our way right, we have our line selector, and then to the right of that we have our pulse limiter. The pulse limiter will default as active in both remote and standard operation and must be switched off if it isn't needed. Looking at the bottom half of the unit, starting on the left, we have our 4mm artificial hand socket, and then just below that connector we have our ground terminal. To the right of both those we have our 4 high current connectors, and then below each connector we have the ground socket. Finally, all the way on the right we have the connection to our test receiver. Now let's go ahead, let's get the unit turned around and take a look at some of the connections on the back. Here's the back of the ENV4200. Let's go ahead and let's start in the upper left hand corner. There you'll find the remote control 25-pin D-sub plug. Information on the individual pin assignments can be found in Chapter 5 of the user manual. Below that we have our 4 high current connectors. Looking in the lower left hand corner we have our power connection, and then finally all the way on the right we have our earth connection. Let's go ahead now and spend some time walking through some of the different accessories we include with the Rohde & Schwarz ENV4200. There are a few different accessories we include with the ENV4200 that are helpful when conducting testing. The first of which is the R&S EZ26 test calibration adapters. This allows for the easy verification of the Listen characteristics of our ENV4200. The EZ26 includes 4 adapters, and you can see we've placed those directly in front of the Listen for the video today. Next we have 2 different 10-meter cables, the EZ21 on the left and the EZ29 on the right. The EZ21 allows for remote control with the ESU, ESCI, ESPI, EPL, and FPL series of analyzers. The EZ29 on the right allows for the same remote control functionality with the ESW, ESR, ESL, and FSV series of analyzers. For individual part numbers and additional information on these accessories, please check out the Rohde & Schwarz website, which has a little greater breakdown there, and I'll put a link for that in the description below. Alright, that should complete our video today on the Rohde & Schwarz ENV4200. We began the video by walking through some of the different connections on the Listen. Then we talked briefly about some of the different capabilities, and then finally we finished by walking through some of the different accessories that we include. We hope this video has been useful, and please keep us in mind if you ever need to rent the Rohde & Schwarz ENV 4200.